Hello everyone, welcome back to Barcast TV. Hope you're having a great day. We have another match here for you between two top level players. This game was taken from the Alpha Championship Cup number 3 and is going to be played on Crystallized plane, so let's get into it. Let's introduce our players, and we have a new one to the channel, spawning in the bottom side of the map, playing as the blue pieces. It's PtaQ. Definitely big personality in the community. Thanks for everything you do, PtaQ. And his opponent, who's no stranger to the channel, spawning in the top side of the map, playing as the red pieces, it's MightySheep. So, going to be a cool map, I'm sure. This was, like I said, this is taken out of a best of 3. So if you all would like to see me cast an entire series from this tournament, just hit the like button and let me know what you guys feel if seeing those kind of longer videos as best of 3s casted in their entirety. Let me know, drop a like on the video, and I'll know to make those in the future. So thanks for your feedback as always. We could take a look at the player views here. PtaQ spawning on this high ground, so pretty interesting map. Your spawning location actually just has this one mech, so definitely have to adjust your opens how you typically do for this map. So it just goes into the one middle extractor into bot lab, which I'm sure is pretty standard on this map if you don't really have the mass to afford vehicles. So, and we'll take a look at MightySheep's main base. So same story. He's actually has this great radar positioning here, so this seems very natural for this map. You have this kind of like high ground you're tucked away into, this little plateau. So great spot for a radar, and even goes as far as to adding on this LLT. So wants to prevent run-bys through here, and has opened up a bot lab, of course, too. An interesting factory positioning here. He's got it facing forward towards the middle of the map. So a small deviation from his opponent here, who built this factory kind of farther back in his main base and has directed it towards the right. So a little discrepancy already. And PtaQ opening up triple engineer here. I'm not sure how you afford this off of one mechs, but he's doing it, and looks like he's going to go cap this, put a radar here on the high ground, and then move to the low ground with his commander and start expanding to those mexes. So pretty nice open. I like that. He spent all of his mass. He's got 3 construction bots and 4 grunts out already. So great open. His opponent, MightySheep, has gone for something a little bit different. Looks like he's staying inside the main base with his commander and has 2 expanding construction bots. So kind of like this build too. You get these. This is the style I like to play. Just play a little defensively with your grunt positioning, but send construction bots out for expanding earlier. So definitely want to get that income. You need that mass. It's your kind of limiting resource here. And definitely need to get the mass and then put it onto the battlefield, and that's how you win these games. So looks like PtaQ moving out on the board with about 9 grunts here. So he's going to be protecting this expanding engineer to the left side. He's got his commander moving on to the left. He's going to be moving more towards the middle of the board here. Excuse me, left and right side. And his opponent, MightySheep, has the 3rd construction bot moving forward towards the middle of the map. So I really like this style. He's got his commander in the main base, just using that extra build power to assist the factory. Meanwhile, we have these 3 construction bots expanding left, right, and center. So good to see. Great decision making here, and has his factory just rallying units to this expanding engineer here too, and has these left and right ones covered by the grunt and this radar tower. So great play, great use of the resources. We can see this radar tower up for PtaQ and see this run by moving in. So he's going to be getting in position, trying to get ahead of these grunts here. He doesn't want to take any damage, and looks like he's going to take first blood. I haven't caught any other unit interactions, I don't think. So loses 3 grunts, runs away. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a grunt. There's a dead grunt over here. So regardless, PtaQ is fielding a big group of grunts here. He's got 15 grunts moving to MightySheep's side of the map. Noticed that he couldn't quite find this grunt, so he smartly repositions a little detachment here to try and track that down and prevent this run by. And both players rotating on each other's side of the map, so we see a run by here on the right side by MightySheep coming onto PtaQ's side of the board. And let's see if PtaQ can find some damage here. He's moving in. MightySheep has got this radar up in position, so great job. Another forward radar just trying to get in front of these grunts and prevent these run-bys. So finally PtaQ cleans up that grunt on the left side, and it's going to be moving back to the center with those grunts. So good job. Needs to protect this right side here, and looks like he's made a LLT turret. I think, did he lose a construction bot over here? I didn't see that actually. And we have a small engagement here on the top side of the map. Looks like MightySheep's going to get the better of it. He's going to force PtaQ away and help secure this left side expansion and expanding engineer. So PtaQ emphasizing, or sorry, MightySheep emphasizing defending these construction bots, goes for LLT before mexes. So pretty interesting to see. Same for this right side expansion. So just trying to get that LLT up before his mexes, and that's not going to save this construction bot over here, which is going to go down to PtaQ's grunt. So nice catch if he can't save it in time. Is he going to go get? Is he going to reclaim this? Let's see. He's getting low at 50%. Can he kill him before? Oh no, goes down. So great pickoff, PtaQ. Taking out that expanding engineer. You definitely want to slow down your opponent's expansions, and already has this right side of the board kind of locked up. I'm wondering if he's going to move to the middle with this after. So we have this grunts finding the commander here in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, we have this little detachment forces MightySheep away. Relatively even grunt numbers there. So he's trying to move it on the right side here with a run by, but PtaQ's right in front of it. He's on top of it, stops those grunts, forces them to retreat. Meanwhile, this commander is adding on some extra power. He's just trying to fix his economy up a little bit and balancing his metal income quite nicely. Can take a look at the player views. MightySheep here. He's got 2 radars up, so nice positioning. I'm sure he's going to be getting ones on the left and right side of the board. Already has expanded to his top side and is still on this one factory. So it has 1 construction turret, already another one on the way, and 2 construction bots adding build power to this factory. PtaQ. He's got a lot of build power in the main base. Already has 3 construction turrets and has got 1 of these grave robbers out. So great job. And look at this. He's adding on, sorry, another construction turret with these 4. I thought that was a factory. So game kind of slowing down a bit. Both players just trying to find run bys, trying to secure their half of the map. Looks like PtaQ has built an LLT hub here, so that's going to stop this run by. And may end up losing this construction bot on the south side if he, this is undefended, so he's trying to go in, trying to cap these mexes, but he's going to be caught by that run by MightySheep, so good job on that. Looks like this run by on the left side, 1 grunt's going to go down, 2's going to go down, but is able to pick off that, oh no, doesn't turn around and get the mechs, and this construction bot on the right side of the map goes down. Really successful run by here. Engineers are 120 mass apiece, so more than paying for themselves, and looks like this run by on the right is going to take out a solar collector. PtaQ not responding, not moving down to this commander, and looks like we have a grave robber going down to this grunt run by here. This one on the south, trying to find damage, looking for somewhere to attack, but there's already a light laser tower back here in the rear of the base. So great job protecting this wind farm from PtaQ. Looks like he's moving on to the right side of the board with his army, and MightySheep responding in kind. Moving to the right side, so are we going to have an engagement here? PtaQ stepping forward, stepping onto MightySheep's side of the map, and not really the best control there. He shaves off a couple units on the left side of his army. He kind of ran that line into his opponent, and he's going to be forced back here. He can't take this battle any longer. Down a couple grunts, so he's going to retreat. Looks like finally we have this run by here on the south side of the map getting dealt with, so getting cleaned up. Nice job. And MightySheep stepping forward, so PtaQ moving back to his commander. He's got a nice forward radar here, a couple laser towers, and is just securing this expansion still. Going to be adding on another factory as well. So take a look at the income here. Looks like PtaQ has got a 200 mass advantage here, so good job. Got grunts here on the left side trying to flank the movement, match the movement of his opponent, and grunts here on the right trying to group his standing army together. But look at this, MightySheep went ahead and made a vehicle plant and has these 3-pounders making their way onto the battlefield. So these do really good AoE damage against those big Tech 1 armies you see a lot in this these 1v1s. So great job using these tech units here. Let's see how he does with those. And PtaQ's adding on an air factory here, so much build power in the main base, and he's going to be adding on more wind turbines, bigger wind farms, and is making a bomber. So we'll see if he gets damaged with that. Forgoing that vehicle factory you see from a lot of players as they kind of move into this mid game. Vehicle lab and vehicles and bots, you know, kind of working in conjunction in your unit compositions. So we see these pounders moving forward. Take a look at PtaQ. Does he know those are there? I'm sure he knows those are pounders, and he's retreating, rightly so, from this big army that's moving onto his side of the map. And how is he going to deal with these? It looks like it's going to be shurikens. So these paralyzer drones, let's see them work their magic against these tech units MightySheep has put on the battlefield here. So PtaQ kind of stalking this army. MightySheep moving back, you know, didn't really run into the army, so doesn't need to force an engagement onto his opponent's side of the board and donate that mass. And here come the shurikens, taking down these, paralyzing these pounders. So great job making use of these shurikens here. He's going to clean up the army with the grunts they were meant to counter. And it's just down to this one pounder, so looks like PtaQ stepping forward. He wants to take an engagement. He's going to go up against this exploiter. This pounder tank not targeting those grouped up units and goes down. So nice job. Runs in, does a little bit of damage and backs away. Does he still have shurikens on the board? Looks like he's got a couple. And finally, PtaQ has another bot lab actually. So not making vehicles. He's going to be going into thugs here and he's assisting that factory with one construction bot and his commander. But hold on, we have an engagement in the middle. MightySheep flanking this army, so he's getting that extra damage done and totally cleans up the standing army of PtaQ. So not what you want to have happen. And look at this, has 10, 12 grave robbers just already on top of this reclaim field, just going to be able to resurrect those units. And we have these paralyzer drones defending this run by. Doesn't have any units to clean them up, so we have one grunt just still able to get damage and put pressure on this main base. We have a light laser tower who's going to go up, shoo away those grunts, and we have a big standing army of MightySheep. He's moving on to PtaQ's side of the map, and he doesn't have an army to stop this. We have so many grave robbers in the middle, rezzing these riot tanks that went down to the shurikens, and suddenly MightySheep is just in a commanding position. He's threatening the main base here, and that's can't lose your economy. You can't lose your production to your opponent's army. And we have some thugs trying to make their way back, but they're slow moving, trying to get in position against this army. He's desperately trying to get extra units out. He's got all his build power into this bot lab here. And looks like he's adding on some thistles. Oh, so many wind turbines going down. So he's getting on top of his opponent's eco here, and that's not what you want to have happen. Is this bot lab going to go down? Can't lose your production. No, he's going to run past, going to target some more of these wind turbines. And so much damage getting done by MightySheep. I mean, yeah, you're donating mass to your opponent's side of the map, but looks like he's already in position, just reclaiming all this mass that's being lost. So great job by MightySheep getting ahead of his opponent, not letting him make use of all this reclaim that he's donating or putting onto his opponent's side of the map. So finally looks like the army is getting thinned out, but I mean, so much of this main base has been cleared out. So great move, MightySheep, getting himself in a commanding position. And take a look at the board here. He's just spilling forward onto his opponent's side of the map and totally has control of the center of the board, and that's really what you want to have. So these grave robbers behind enemy lines, not even resurrecting, they're just reclaiming as much as they can, trying to suck up this mass and prevent PtaQ from rebuilding as quickly. We have paralyzer drones showing up that are, you know, taking out LOTs and doing their work here, paralyzing these thugs, so slowing down PtaQ from cleaning up this army. And these pounders got resurrected, so they returned. Can't spam grunts against these units. This is so much damage. Looks like we have some more medium tanks on this top side of the map, shaving off mexes, taking out turrets and radars. We have more tanks moving in, so PtaQ needs to defend that expansion. Meanwhile, here on the left side, we have these two grunts against a paralyzed drone. Looks like finally it turns back on and is going to be able to take these out, but these 3-pounders should be able to make quick work of this base. So we have this engagement in the center of the map. Medium assault tanks going up against the grunts and thugs of PtaQ. He's gonna regroup and join his army up. He's made a lot of thistles here, so MightySheep kind of protecting the advantage he's gotten. I mean, the only way he's gonna lose this game is if a bunch of bombers come in and to destroy his economy, but he's not gonna let that happen. He's pre-built these anti-air units and is just gonna want to stay on top of this lead he's made for himself, taking out all that eco of his opponent. So I'm sure he knows the position he's in. Let's take a look at the view of both players. PtaQ trying to recover, trying to rebuild his main base. He's got a lot of build power here still, so he should be able to add on turrets relatively quickly. Meanwhile, his opponent sitting on 2 factories. He's got the vehicle plant out and the aircraft plant. So looks like he salvaged his bot lab. He's going to be going into bombers and shurikens of his own. So he's got so many units on the field. Looks like PtaQ stepping forward with these thugs, but he's going to run into those shurikens, and we have this bomber taking out even more eco. So not where you want to be. Finally, PtaQ's able to secure this bottom right side of the map with his construction bots, and is pulling back with his army in the middle. So wants to regroup, wants to consolidate, cover his economy, and these pounders cleared out this expansion on the left side, so they're going to make their way back to the center of the map and group up with the main army. Meanwhile, this pounder tank going down to the thug. So, and finally the bomber's cleaned up by a thistle. So good job cleaning up the air of MightySheep, and he's going to push forward with these thugs and shoo away the army of these medium assault tanks. So not sure if he could really take that battle, or just he wants to regroup and consolidate his army. Doesn't really have a big standing army at this time. Wonder what he's taking into. You think he's just adding on these energy converters and yeah, producing another factory. So going up to 3 factories. Great to see before you transition into Tech 2. You definitely want to utilize those air units before moving into that Tech 2 phase of the game. And what do we have? We have 9 medium assault tanks here. These have a lot of HP and can go toe-to-toe against these grunts. Grunts are not effective against these medium tanks. And how is PtaQ going to stop this second follow-up attack? Looks like MightySheep is just going down to the south side of the map and wants to be attacking that main base again. Try and get to the eco of his opponent. PtaQ's moving into position. He knows this attack is coming. He has the radar. He sees it coming. Splits up 2 tanks to try and take out this expansion. 2 tanks easily take out one of those LOT turrets, so able to clean up that. And is making a play for this main base again. Can PtaQ stop these tanks from moving into his main base? I don't think he can. He's trying to get into position with these grunts and spread them out, but MightySheep chooses better of it and retreats. But he has 2 tanks on the right side, moving in for another run by. This LOT is no match for 2 tanks. And finally, we have bombers moving in, so he's going to be attacking the eco again. He's going to take out a huge group of wind turbines there. We have another bombing run coming in. One thistle isn't going to take it out in time and loses all the wind turbines in his main base. So definitely not what you want to have happen. We have 42 to 14 mass income for an advantage of MightySheep, and take a look at the statistics. He is not that far ahead in mass produced. So PtaQ doing a great job recovering here in the face of that earlier attack. But I think losing your eco again is not what you want to have happen. He's built 3 LLTs. That's going to shoo away this army of MightySheep while his commander rebuilds his expansion. But I think this game's drawing to a close. We have grave robbers out. We have pounders, tanks, bombers freely flying around. We have 1 Valiant taking out the bomber. No, it's going to get another bombing run off. So let's see how much damage it does. It's going after those wind turbines again. Takes out 5 more. So that's going to be it. PtaQ calls GG, and MightySheep moves on into the semifinals. So good job, both players. It was a pretty entertaining game. Good luck, MightySheep, moving forward in the tournament. And thanks for watching.